Can you see? Okay. So very frequently people get their Romanian deadlifts a little bit mixed up with their regular deadlifts, and they kind of become one thing. If you're only doing a deadlift in your training program, like say you don't work with us and you're just doing a deadlift and you make it a tempo deadlift, whatever. But there is actually a difference between a conventional deadlift and a Romanian deadlift. What we are going to suggest to people is that we aim to not touch the floor with your Romanian deadlift, and then it just kind of gives a little bit more of a clear divide between the two. Just from the side, a Romanian deadlift is from the top down, and more of this position, you see the knee angle. And then a conventional deadlift, you're going to have much more knee flexion, you're going to have a very different knee angle where you're starting from the bottom, and it's like that. And coming down, it's a little bit different again. With your deadlift, the movement is different, or should be. The movement should be slightly different on the way up than it is on the way down when you're doing a conventional deadlift. And if you're doing a Romanian deadlift, it's going to be the same on the way up and the way down. Just to show you the difference, what we need to aim for. So this is, we typically give people a deadlift, whether it's a sumo deadlift or a conventional deadlift, as their main lift, and then a hip hinge as their secondary somewhere else in their program, which might be a Romanian deadlift, it might be a stiff leg deadlift, it might be a good morning. But just to keep things simple, I'm talking about conventional deadlift versus Romanian deadlift. Conventional deadlift, from here up, we're going from this angle, shoulders over the bar, knees are slightly further forward than the bar, grab, coming up, and then when I'm putting it down, I am getting my knees out of the way. That is a video for another time. With a Romanian deadlift, I'm going to pick it up, start from the top, come down, keep my hips nice and high, just bend my knees as much as I need to, come back up. You might touch the floor, but it's okay if you don't. And like I said, I would actually maybe differentiate the two by thinking, I'm not going to touch the floor in this one, and on the other one I am, because it makes it a little bit easier to give them a bit more of a difference. Because what we see a lot is, I'm going to mix grip it because I've already done my training and my grip's a bit knackered. What we see a lot, people doing their RDL and then slamming, oh my God, that was a bit much. Slamming the floor. For what feels like, maybe it feels like to you, you should be finishing the lift like that, or at least getting part way in the lift and coming back up. But you're actually doing it for no good reason, because if you're not quite near the floor and that last little bit is just coming from you reaching or losing back tightness, then it's not going to be as effective. We would rather you stay nice and tight and you just go to a range that you're comfortable with. If you feel like you are consistently hitting the floor and you could get a little bit lower with tension, you might want to stand on a plate. So you can stand on a plate like that and then do a deficit Romanian deadlift. That is an option. I think that's everything. So with a conventional, it should be your main lift. And with a Romanian deadlift, if you're doing that in conjunction with a regular deadlift in your program, it's just secondary, and we just want them to be a little bit different to have their own purpose. Also, although both are going to be strength-based, we are looking for more muscle recruitment with the conventional deadlift. You know, I said a bit more knee flexion, knees coming a little bit more forwards because they're more bent. We do want the quads involved in the movement. And with the Romanian deadlift, the quads aren't going to be taking part as much because we're going to be only up here. We're only getting this slight little knee bend rather than this. That's where it's going to differ a little bit as well with one of our main compound lifts, like a conventional deadlift. We want to recruit as many muscles as possible to lift more weight. Hope that explains everything. If it doesn't, please just let me know. Please ask me questions and I will clarify.